Reacting to your unpopular opinions about relationships.
Ooh, welcome back to Your Couple Tea Podcast. I'm Katie.
It's your boy Josh. And obviously we are a married couple. So I thought it'd be fun to react to your unpopular opinions.
We're not just married. We're 3 years married. We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. I can't believe it's been 3 years.
We've been married for 3 years and we have a baby now.
Life goes by like so for you.
I was editing a vlog the other day actually, and so we just went to a Red Wings game out here in Arizona. They played the Coyotes, a hockey game. And when we were first dating, it's one of our first vlogs ever, back in 2018, we went to a Red Wings hockey game. And so I put some throwback clips in the vlog, and it was like, it's kind of crazy to see. I'm like, we were literally like just dating, like freshly dating.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It's so wild to see like how like different our life is now, but it's like so good. I don't know. It's just so cool to see. I also love that so much about YouTube. I know this is kind of like random, but I love that we can look back on things. Like even the other day, like I was like, oh, I kind of not forget when we brought Sky home, but I was like, I don't remember all the little details. Because like, it's just like, it was such a crazy week. Like
happened so fast.
It happened so fast. But then I went back and watched the YouTube video. I was like, I love that this is like out there and like we can go and watch it back. Like it's just so cool.
So basically in today's episode, we're going to be reacting to your unpopular opinions about people like us, couples, married people.
Let's see.
People in love.
People in love.
No, I'm joking. Well,
were you ever like a hater of people in love?
Absolutely.
I was not.
It's
I was
literally,
like,
I'm pretty sure it was in my wedding, like vow speech. Like I always said I would never get married.
Love
Something
is
like
dead.
that. Yeah. I mean, I didn't say it like that, but
you basically.
I definitely was like, yeah, like getting married.
No,
like,
what was your
that's
saying?
old school.
You used to say like love is. You said something. I thought like.
No, like
it's over.
I
It's
used
dead.
to say,
I thought you'd say like.
I didn't say dead. No, I said married is like an old school thing, like something like that.
Yeah, but it
That's
was
not
a
what I
little,
would
it was
say.
a little more dark.
No.
Not like dark, but it was like that was depressing.
Yeah, it's just like relationships are overrated.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I was one of these people.
You were.
So we're just going to jump right into it. And your first assumption or unpopular opinion is relationships only work if the man is more into the woman. How do you feel about that? Because honestly, I don't know. I feel I don't want to say yes. I feel like it's a mutual thing.
I think it's gotta be equal. It's gotta be equal. But like, I do think if the woman is more into the man, then there might be more issues, but I still think it maybe could work. But I think it should be 50-50.
You think so?
I think you should be 100. I really think like you should be all into that. Like I don't understand that one really.
Yeah, I think you got to be all in. I think it's just saying like if the guy's not like overly into the girl, then like it just doesn't work because then the girl just maybe
but
doesn't
the girl
care.
has to be overly into him too, because like no offense, like if a guy's like too obsessive with the girl and the girl's not the same, then like she's probably gonna like be like, ew, like he's obsessed. Like I feel like it's not gonna be.
Yeah, but I think it's more so
be,
like, you know, yeah, I don't know. That one's a tough one to say.
That one's, I feel like it's got to be like equally like
you got to be all
with each
in.
other.
Both people got to be all in.
Yeah.
You don't think like if I was overly, I think obsessed the wrong word. Like if I was overly like always, well, I do this. Subtle flex, but always getting you flowers, sending you nice messages, just doing like going above and beyond for you all the time. But like, let's say in this scenario, you're not maybe that into me. Like you're into me, but like you're not 100% in, like you're saying.
No, I think
would that take you to the like 75% to 100%? Like would you then be more about it?
I just think you need to be there. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's got to be equal. There is no like, oh, one can love more than the other. Like it's got to be like you're both just so in love with each other. There's no like level of love. Like I feel like it's like you're in love with someone or you're not.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Or you're just used to them.
I don't agree with
or
that.
you might love the relationship, but are you in love with that person? I don't know.
But it is an unpopular opinion, so that's fair.
True. That's true.
I hear the oven going off.
It's the rice cooker.
Oh, it's the rice
lunch.
cooker. Okay, lunch is almost ready, guys.
Lunch?
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Relationships stop you from growing individually.
Honestly, some relationships.
I want to say
I agree. I agree. I don't think that, I think the right relationship will help you continue to grow.
True.
Because like personally, I think we both helped each other grow so much as people. And then I also think it's really cool when you have a good partner is they challenge you in different areas too. And you're more willing to listen, I think, to your partner than to other people in your life.
That's a good point. Yeah,
But I do think
because
that if you're in a bad relationship, they can hold you back from like, because some people, if you're dating someone, let's say I was dating you and you were like super insecure about me doing YouTube and you're like, oh, just like you're going to post online for other people. Cause like, it's kind of how my ex-boyfriend was. Like, it was like, oh, like, why are you posting online for other
to
people?
hold you
Like,
back.
yeah. And it like, made
Maybe
me
you wouldn't
like,
go that route anymore.
yeah, because it's like if that's not what they like, or if they're insecure about something you're doing, then it's like I feel like they could hold you back. But I think that's even friends can hold you back, and I think it's just certain people in your life might be able to hold you back, or they might be able people who are like pushing you forward.
Yeah, I think it just all depends on your significant other, because like I think obviously like the people you surround yourself are the people you become. So it's like obviously I think about that when I was dating a girl, or actually like after my previous relationship, I was like, all right, well, I don't want to be like around. I literally told one of our friends, actually, you didn't know her at the time, but I know she told you this, that I was like, oh, I'm not gonna date a girl until I find a girl that will like.
No, didn't you tell Georgie that?
I think I told Steph that.
Oh, I thought you told. I
And
thought you
probably
told.
Georgie, but I was like, until I find a girl that's gonna like
Oh no,
push
you
me to
did. You
like the
did.
next level, and like just like I meant like as a person, like who's gonna like
No, you
give
said
me that
I
drive, push
don't
me to the
wanna.
next level, or
I'm
something
not
like
dating
that.
someone until they add value to my life.
Yeah,
And I honestly, that could sound like really mean, or it could sound like I think it's a good thing
I
because
think
it's
there's
like,
a lot of ways you could look at
yeah,
that, and
I
someone could
think,
like change that into a negative way. I
yeah,
meant in a way that where like
they're gonna push me or they're gonna like match my energy and try. And
yeah,
I think that is so
100%.
important because I think people are either you're gonna be like complacent with them or they're gonna push you to the next level. And I feel like someone who's pushing you to the next level is gonna help you be the best version of yourself. That doesn't always mean like work out the hardest, make the most
Yeah,
money.
like I don't
Sometimes that
even
could mean
mean
like
like
love yourself, right?
success or money or
Just be
any of that
happy.
stuff. I just mean like just all things in general. Like I feel like it'd be easy to get in a relationship with somebody and just be like, oh, like we get along, like we like
Hmm.
each other, we love each other. You can learn to love people, I think,
Yeah.
but like just not like grow or not.
To grow as a person or
Yeah,
have someone challenge you to be better in like different areas of your life. And like I think it's really important to surround yourself with people who are going to not challenge you necessarily, but like push you to do better and like support you. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. I think I see some relationships and like I think that they work, but like someone could push them better.
Yeah, but I do believe when you're like just an individual, like you can be on like
Well,
your grind, your hustle,
because you
like
can be
by
more
yourself.
selfish
And I
with your
think that's a
time.
good state to be in for a little while, but obviously like you shouldn't be dating if that's your mindset.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good place to be in, to learn a lot about yourself
Oh,
as just you as a person, and then you can find like
and
your loved
also,
one.
I feel like we talked about this in the last podcast. As someone was like, I just feel like I've been waiting forever for like a boyfriend. And like to that, I almost would say, like, we talked about it a little bit, but it's like use that time to like work on yourself and like do that grind mode. And like in the future, when you're with someone, you're not going to have as much time to yourself to be. I mean, think about it. Then you're going to get married, then you probably might have kids. And it's like your time is going to be less and less for yourself. So like you'll never be able to be more selfish than this time in your life. So take
100%.
advantage of it.
The support for today's episode comes from OneSkin.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
know it's important to shift your focus on your skincare routine with the seasons?
And in Arizona, we still do have a little bit of a season change. You know, it goes from summer to winter, and that's it. Well, it's our winter is really like a spring. It's like summer
Summer
and
to
spring,
spring, yeah.
literally.
So give your skin the TLC it needs to stay healthy, smooth, and hydrated as we move into warmer weather.
Guys, taking care of your skin is so important, especially as you get older too. I feel like that's like the number one thing is like making sure that your skin is hydrated and fresh and glowy. And that is why OneSkin is so good because personally, like I just love how it feels on my skin. I feel like it feels light and my skin just feels like it has that like glowy, dewy look, like effortlessly, you know?
Yeah, and ever since we moved here to Arizona, I've had way drier skin, and
Oh
Katie
yeah.
put me onto OneSkin, and ever
You're welcome.
since, yeah, my skin has been feeling a ton better, and especially going into the summer here, at least,
Hmm.
it gets so hot and it's so dry here in
It is.
Arizona that it's like a necessity to have my OneSkin.
Literally. And OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company, and they focus on cellular aspect of aging. OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. So if you guys want to check out OneSkin, you guys can actually get started with 15% off using code YourCoupleT at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code YourCoupleT. So make sure you guys check them out.
On to the next one. Women can't be head of household.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree. I know this is like super traditional, and I know that people will be like, women will be like, oh, you're taking away like women's power and this and that. But like personally, I really believe in like what the Bible says, and I think the man should be the household of the family. Now, that does not take away anything a woman does. That does not mean that a woman doesn't bring equal or as much value as a man. I think like
Right.
a woman has a certain role that they're like to fulfill, and that doesn't mean, oh, women have to cook, they have to clean, they have to have baby, they have to do all this stuff. It just means I think the man should be the head of the house, but they should consider and want to protect their wife. So it's like if your wife feels some way, it's like you're protecting my feelings, you're protecting your entire family. Like it is your job
True.
to guide the family in the right directions.
But yeah, because I would say I know a lot. I know a lot of guys out there, or I've seen guys out there, like obviously not my friends, because I wouldn't surround people like this, but like who I would be like, no way, they should be like the head of the household, you know, like
Yes.
that guy is not fit for it. But like
But I mean, head of
that
the
shouldn't
household,
be someone you choose.
head
to
of the
be
household
with.
doesn't always mean it's like, oh, someone who's doing the bills or someone who's doing that. It's just like, I mean, I think the guy should be the protector of the family, and he should be, it doesn't even mean like he has to be big and manly
I
and
guess I don't
macho.
really even like head of household. Like, what does that exactly entail?
To me, it's like the protector of the family.
To me, it'd be protector. Like you make the big decisions.
Yeah.
But like obviously, like we would always make decisions as a family.
But
But like
I don't even think it like you should. I think it's like when you are the head of the household, that can get taken as like, oh, you're going to be the one who tells me what I can and can't do, or you're going to do this and that. I think it is like equally like we make a choice, and like you use like your like authority in like a good manner. It's not like, oh, Katie, you need to do this because I'm the head of the household. I feel like it can get taken such a toxic way when it's really like, no,
True.
you're the head of the household. Like you're going to protect us. You're going to listen to what we say. And like, we're a team. Like
Did
we
you
are a team.
have you used all your allowance this week? I'm just kidding.
No, I think it's just so good when two people can be on a team.
Yeah, I
And
think we're on the same page with a lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really understand what had a household
this is like wear
means.
the pants, but I really don't think
Yeah.
one should wear the pants. Like
I don't know.
I feel like it's not like there's a difference between being the head of the household in a respectful way versus just being controlling. And I feel like that could be taken differently too.
Definitely.
So I guess it's all how you look at it.
Right. Like I would say like for us, like wear the pants, had a household, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's like I take initiative to like do our financial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know our bills.
Yeah, or like,
I know like all the money that comes out of our accounts. I look at it often. Like,
but
and I'm not saying you're not allowed to know that stuff, but like
you just take
you're
initiative of it.
keeping our baby alive by feeding her.
Or
Like,
if someone,
you're nourishing our baby, like you're doing other stuff, which is way more important. Like that stuff's more important in my opinion, but like they're just different things. But like I'm gonna make sure that like our finances are good for our family to like
yeah,
obviously eat and be good.
yeah.
But I don't know if that's
I
considered
guess I
like
don't
head of
really,
household.
yeah, I guess I
know.
don't really know like what they, I don't know. I feel like that could be taken a lot of different ways of what
Very
the head of the
true.
household means. But if I was like calling the shots, I don't think one person should really be calling the shots. Now, I think like if we came together and we're trying to make a decision and like we're both kind of on the same page and it's like you're making that final initiative, then yeah, head of the household, like go for
Very
it.
true. It's not crazy to go through your partner's phone.
I mean, if you're looking for something, I feel like that could be crazy, but also like I feel like
I don't think the word's crazy. Because I think
crazy.
if you're looking for something, like
They're
you're
giving
already
you
a
a
little
reason.
suspicious.
So why are they
Give a
giving you?
reason.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it's 100% the person looking's fault. It's kind of like what's going on. It could be mutual. It could be either or depending on the situation. But why are you feeling like you had to look? What is that person doing that's making you feel insecure? Because I think that's pretty important too, is like, I feel like a guy should not make you feel like you have to look through their phone because it's like they should make you feel so secure that like they are so loyal that like you wouldn't even think of them cheating.
Like I don't ever look through Katie's
No,
phone.
but
She
he'll
doesn't
go
ever
on
look
my
through
phone.
mine, but I'll go on her phone to do something for work or get something done or send myself something I need, like a picture or something.
And I'm never
And
like,
it's
don't grab my phone, don't do that. Cause like then that's like also
yeah.
weird.
But I
Like,
feel like that's more of a dating thing.
yeah, once you're
Maybe.
married, I
I don't
feel
know.
like
Maybe married. I'm sure married couples do it too. But like I feel like in the dating phases, you still should feel the same way. Like I don't think we ever look through each other's phone.
No, but I think in the beginning of dating, I probably wouldn't just grab. I feel like we did when we started working together. Like I would grab your
No,
phone.
I mean like look through it in a toxic way. Like, oh my God, who's he
No,
texting?
because
Who's he Snapchatting?
my ex used to do that to me all the time. It was like, oh, let me see your phone. And it was like almost like a phone check, like with my parents. And
That's
it
what I'm saying. That's
literally was
different.
like so controlling because it's like, what have I done to make you think that I've cheated? I was like, I've done nothing wrong. I
Right.
was like, and so like they'd go through and I was like, this is like crazy. If someone's going through your phone in that way, probably break up with them because they're probably cheating on you or doing
Well, yeah,
something
they're
like they're
either
insecure because they're probably cheating. And that is so true. I remember my mom telling me that. She's like, if that's happening, then he's probably cheating on you because if someone's going through your phone, then they're insecure. And people who are insecure, not all people, but with cheating, normally are the ones cheating. And that's why they're insecure because they know what they're doing to you. Now, that's not always the case, but it's something to think about. It was true for me
that
and it was
is
true for you. So,
true.
so
True. But yeah, I don't think it's crazy. It just depends on the way that you do it, I guess.
yeah.
But you should trust your partner.
Yeah. If you don't have trust, then yeah, it's not good.
Calling all my honeys. Support for today's episode comes from Honeylove. Whether you are a bride, a wedding guest, or simply seeking everyday smoothing, Honeylove is the go-to for all things shapewear.
Guys, personally, I never was a big shapewear fan just because I felt like they were so uncomfortable until I found Honeylove. And Honeylove has revolutionized compression technology. So you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating because that's literally how I felt when I put on other shapewear. I'd be like, I can't breathe. This isn't worth it. And I'd rather just not wear it. But that is not the case when it comes to them because they actually revolutionize the technology. So you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating. Plus, they won't ever roll down no matter how much you groove on the dance floor, which you guys know, your girl.
Katie B gets down.
We have some weddings coming up this year.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to get down, and especially with the shapewear. Okay, and if you guys want to check out Honey Love, because if you're anything like me and you don't want your shapewear moving all over and you want to be super comfortable because comfort is literally everything, then you guys should definitely check out Honey Love. And we have 20% off for you guys. If you guys go to honeylove.com/yourcoupletea, you guys will get 20% off your entire order, only with our exclusive link though. So go down, click the description or go to honeylove.com/yourcoupletea.
You can have multiple soulmates. Does that I mean, God, there's billions of people out there, right?
I'd say not soulmates, but I feel like you could probably be in love with multiple people. I 100% believe you can.
I agree.
Because it's like I genuinely, and even like Biz has said this too, is like I feel like we were like soulmates, but I feel like if I was in a relationship with someone else, I don't know if I feel like maybe I think that I don't want to like manifest or say, but like if God forbid something happens, it's like I think that there's someone else out there that you could love or I could love. Because I feel like that like people that happens all the time and people will remarry or they'll
True.
do things. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to be the same, but I think a soulmate is someone who it's like kind of from God. So I feel like I don't know if that's
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you could find different people to love.
because even
Or you
think
can
about
love
it,
a
like
lot of people.
you can love like different friends. You can love like well maybe not in that way, but I just feel like people do break up and then fall in love again. So I feel like there's so many
But
people.
what's a soulmate then? Like someone like you were destined to be with?
I think someone that like God put you with,
Yeah.
and I think that's like I feel like we're soulmates because I just feel like there's so much that we connect on, and that I feel like we just really help each other grow. And I love everything about you, and like I don't know, I feel like you're exactly what I prayed for, and like the fact that like I didn't even think that like any part of you of like what a husband like you would be existed, and then you were everything and more that I prayed for makes me believe that like you're my soulmate.
It's hyping me up right now. Okay.
I'm,
I
I
agree.
believe
No, I
I
think we're
believe it.
soulmates. I
Like
agree with that. I'm just curious if could you have other soulmates out there?
no, because I think a soulmate to me, I
Like
believe
I'm
it.
cool, but there's a lot of cool guys
No,
out there. Like I don't know, I'm sweet, but
I think a soulmate comes from God because I think a soulmate's supposed to be like one person.
that's true. Okay, I'm curious to think what you had to say to this
Okay.
because this one involves me.
Oh,
They said, every man cheats.
that's a lie.
And I'm a man, so
What's the definition of cheating? Like, what do they mean? Like, oh, if it
probably.
looks at someone or like full blown,
I don't
like,
think anyone considers looking at someone cheating.
well, I don't think every man cheats because I think that's a complete lie.
No, but girls say that all the time. Like every guy cheats. You never heard of that?
Yeah, maybe every guy that they've been with has cheated on them because they've dated 3 guys. That's not every guy. Or they hear stories of all people cheating.
No, I'm just saying that's just like a typical like. I feel like it's like a, you've been hurt a little
That's
bit. It's like a I'm hurt saying.
that's how I felt. But that doesn't mean I actually believe that every single guy cheats because I know there's plenty of guys who don't cheat.
Do you think more guys cheat than women? That would be a statistic that I would be curious to know. Like, obviously,
I'm gonna be honest.
it'll never be an honest answer. But like, if everyone was on a lie detector test, what percent of women versus guys cheat?
I think it would be 60% guys, 40% girls.
Really?
I still think there's a lot of girls who cheat too. I do.
I don't know.
Because I feel like there's a lot of loyal guys too. And then, but I feel like I hear more about guys cheating, but like I'm a girl, so I feel like I hear.
In the traditional, like, I feel like times have changed a lot. But like older school and traditional where maybe like
the guys at work,
stays
the wives
home,
at home,
and the guy goes to work. Like he has all these things he's out doing.
But I think
maybe it was easier for a guy to cheat.
Or a woman who's, if they're home alone.
True. That's true.
Like, I feel like we would have to have some stat on that. I don't know. I think it could go.
I don't want to Google it. I'm curious.
I don't think they'd. I mean, how many people would lie on that?
Yeah, if it was like an anonymous survey, I don't know.
I feel like they still wouldn't answer.
Have you ever cheated?
I have never cheated ever. Oh, I have cheated on plenty of tests though.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. You know what they say.
Hey, I was guilty.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty of cheating on my test. Have you?
I don't know if I've ever cheated on a test.
Dude, honestly. I know. What the heck? Like, that's wild. Maybe I'm a cheater.
Maybe that's why I got such bad grades. Maybe I should have cheated more.
Honestly.
Well, I had my brother write one of my essays.
You know what is funny?
That it was mine, so I guess that's cheating.
As Josh always goes, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, it's a joke.
No, but it's a joke. And he says that every time we're playing like a sport and our friends are like, wait, you cheated, or like joking like about it. He's like, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But like, obviously that is so different. I think you've said this always too, is you always say that cheating is like the biggest form of like disrespect.
No, like betrayal.
It is. Like, okay, I don't know if you guys watch like the whole what's it called, Vanderpump, but like the whole Tom Sandoval thing.
Don't bring this up.
No, but I just think it's like once someone does something so like that, it's, I don't know, like what he did to his friend group, and then not only it was like an affair in front of the whole friend
depends.
group.
Theirs was like a whole months long thing and just like lying to people's faces. So
there's
that's
a lot
why
of lying,
like
a lot of
because you're looking at someone, they're telling you one thing, and after you find out, they've been lying to you so long.
I feel like it can be hard.
But yeah, I'd be curious. I need a statistic on who cheats more.
I'll go knock door to door and ask people, have you ever cheated?
I don't think anyone's going to answer that.
No.
Marriage is just a piece of paper.
I mean, it depends if you're religious or not.
But technically, it is. It is. So
the marriage license is a piece of paper.
Right.
But marriage is a promise to one another and a promise under God. So if you're religious, it's a little bit different in my opinion, because it's like you're not just promising. The thing is I think once you're married, you make a commitment to work on it through thick and thin and through everything you go through, because you're going to go through different things. I mean, you literally go the rest of your life married to someone. Like that's what you're promising. You're going to change as people, and you got to like navigate different seasons. So I feel like marriage is a promise to like work on that. And like financially you're now together, you make choices together. When it says in the Bible, when you are married, you become one flesh, because you are supposed to be one team. Like you are a team. So I guess it depends if you're like religious or not. To me, if you're just marrying someone for a piece of paper and you don't think there's anything, like if you're keeping your finances separate, if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in that promise, what's the point of getting married?
That's true.
So like, I guess it really just depends on what you believe in.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, wait, I have one I want to talk about. I'm curious. Okay, so I actually saw a TikTok on this, and I want to know what you guys would say. Okay, you have your wife, your kid, your mom, and God. What's the order?
You have your wife, your kid, your mom, and God.
Yeah.
God, wife, kid, mom.
Yeah, I maybe so one wasn't. I think God was in there, but yeah, God was supposed to be number one. But a lot of
That's what I
people,
said.
but a lot of people disagreed on this, and it's kind of like a topic that like I kind of want to talk about because it's interesting. It's like, when you get married, you put your wife and your kids first because now, like we said, like you're the protector. It's like your family, but your mom's still your family, and that doesn't mean that like they're not important. But it's like because it's like that's your person. But some people will even put their wife over God too.
Right.
And that I don't think, and like a lot of people are like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Do you say like, what do you think on that? Like
I
why?
just said that order.
No, I'm saying like, do you see why it's important to put God over your wife?
Yeah.
Because some people don't.
What do you mean?
Some people don't. Like they literally are like, no,
If you
like I would
believe in
put.
God and that He created everything,
Isn't
why would
it
I put you
wild?
over God?
Isn't it wild?
No
No,
offense. I
but do
mean,
you
it
know how
just
many
doesn't make
people put
sense.
their kid like or guys they'd put my kid and then my wife.
Do people really?
A
I feel
lot of
like that's
people
like an
answered that. Or
obvious
people put their
answer.
mom, their kid, then their wife. And then everyone was like, red flag, run from the guy who's putting you last.
Well, yeah, duh.
I thought that was like interesting. I was like,
That's like an
but
obvious
but I
answer.
mean, think about it because it's like when you put your kid above your wife, it doesn't mean that it's not an aspect of who you love more. It's like who your team is with. And that's like when I was saying when you're married, it's like you are one with your wife. Like you become one. So it's like you're supposed to be like my number one should always be Josh. Well, other than God.
So be honest then, because I feel like you just brought up something that I gotta talk about.
Oh God.
You every night you choose Topper over me to cuddle. Tell me why.
Well, give me an option list.
Okay. Me, Topper, or Sky?
We're gonna interrupt this podcast with no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so God, you, Sky, Topper.
Yeah.
I loved
I might be
it.
last on that list, guys.
Just because I give Topper more cuddles doesn't mean that I love
What
you
if
less.
all I'm asking is for cuddles?
I gave you cuddles. You
You
just
giving us-
complain. Topper just loves unconditionally.
Yeah,
You
right. He cries the whole time.
Okay, he does kind of
The whole time, like,
anytime
let me
I stop
go.
scratching. Okay, you cry more. Babe, scratch me harder. Babe, no, keep scratching. Come on, keep scratching my back. And literally I'm scratching Topper and you at the same time. This is me in bed. Just scratch. I'm like, this is a freaking workout.
Hey, man. Love ain't easy. You know what they say.
Oh,
Love
please.
ain't easy.
It must be easy for you to lay in bed and just get like scratched and loved.
It's a lot of work.
It is. It is.
We interrupt the podcast for a quick sponsor from Osea.
Guys, spring and summer is going to be here before we know it. And if you guys want to have this glowy, fresh, young looking skin, definitely make sure you guys check out Osea because it is one of my favorite companies. I've talked about it in like my YouTube video as well and on the podcast. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it. We absolutely love this company because it is so moisturizing. Their Undaria algae body butter.
The body butter, baby.
It lasts up to 72 hours. It gives your skin like this like nice shine and glow and look. And then the body oil, oh my God, every time I lay out, I put the body oil on. And it's also like an aging body oil, which I really love because especially living in Arizona, you know, it's like super important that you take care of not just your face skin, but like your entire body skin.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
that
sunny
is
here.
exactly why I love those products. And it has Undaria seaweed in it, which replenishes the skin, moisturizing the barrier and keeps the skin looking healthy longer. And it's honestly just one of our favorite products. So if you guys want to check out Osea, we actually have a code for you.
Yes, you can get 10% off your first order with code your cup of tea at osea.malibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. Head to oseamalibu.com and use code your cup of tea for 10% off.
Check them out.
A woman builds a man more.
Builds, what do you mean?
Well, it's not my question. So
A woman builds a man more?
yeah, I'm guessing they're saying like
I think that a woman 100%.
it's an unpopular opinion.
No,
like, a man needs a woman. I feel like is what they're saying.
They do. Think about it.
agree.
When you're born, who do you need? Your mom. Who are you
True.
running to? Your mom. So it's like you do need, I feel like men are always like helped by women. It's like you're raised by a woman. Not saying that dads don't raise or anything like that, but moms teach you how to be loving and tender. And like, I feel like a totally different aspect of life that like if you didn't have women, it would be completely different. Then when you get married, you have another woman in your life and and they literally teach you how to be, think of like okay, not to like expose you, but even like if I talk with all my like girlfriends, it's gonna be like, oh, we always joke about how like men are like basically are like little babies when they're like, oh babe, can you scratch me? Like, oh babe, because it's like they love to be loved and nurtured,
I just like to be loved.
but
That's
like they're
all.
not gonna act like that around their guy friends. But it's like men love that, and I also feel like women teach men how to be like softer and more like intimate and like gentle. Because I feel like by nature, you guys just aren't as gentle as girls are.
Savage.
But like low key, you guys are little softies.
I'm a teddy bear at heart. I've always said it.
But I think women challenge men a lot, and I also think men challenge women. I think it's very important to be around like the opposite sexes a lot in just different aspects of life.
I agree. I
'Cause
think
I
it's
think-
mutual. Like I obviously like I think
Yeah.
a woman needs a man and a man needs a woman. That's why,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would say like a woman does help build a man. If you find the right woman,
Yeah.
the right woman could, help build a man.
Same if it's like the wrong man, it's like,
No, vice versa.
Yeah.
They flip vice versa. I'm just replying to the unpopular opinion. But
well, that is one thing that like I don't want to get like hate for this, but I feel like it might be a little controversial. But like I just don't like when girls like hate on men so much. And don't get me wrong, I think men do things that are like, I just feel like sometimes it's like
but there's
girls.
that you could say that about both sexes.
No,
You know
it's
what
the
I'm
same.
saying?
It's the same thing, but like it's always like girls are like, we don't need men. Men suck, like this and that. I'm like, okay, but like there is so much that a man can provide in your life, and by saying that doesn't diminish what women can do. Like women are incredible.
True.
But I feel like sometimes people think that's like they think that if they keep like bashing on men,
You don't hear any guys saying we don't need women.
no, literally.
We need y'all.
Because you guys know we
need
need.
ya.
He said we need you.
We honest. We need y'all.
Literally. I mean, but like think about we do need men. Like I think men and women are so awesome in their own unique way, and they are so
True.
different, which is so cool. Which I think is
We a team,
Exactly.
We a team out here.
you know.
Next question. Finding other people attractive while in a relationship is normal.
What do you mean attractive? Like
Non-popular opinion. I think they're just saying it's normal to find other people attractive.
I mean, I feel like if we were watching a movie and there was like a good-looking guy, and it's, like I feel like that's all the time.
You're
and,
at
like,
lunch with all your girlfriends. Good ass looking dude walks by. They're all like, "Oh yeah, he's hot." Like you're not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's hot."
I'm gonna be honest, this might sound like dumb, but like
Just shut up. Whatever cringe shit you're gonna say, just shut up.
okay.
They don't want to hear it. Okay, you're the hottest guy I've ever seen. Like no one wants to hear it.
I genuinely,
Just
I don't know
don't-
if I'm just looking
Just
love or
answer the
something, but, like,
question. Shut
okay.
up.
Okay, like I can, if someone is like good looking and attractive, I could be like, oh yeah, he's cute. But like even girls, like I think it was like The Bachelor or something. They were like, oh, do you think he's cute? And I was like, oh yeah, he's not bad. But like I feel like I'm never like, oh, he's so hot. And I also think that one time I've seen this in relationships a lot is like guys in front of their girlfriends or wives or whatever will be like, oh yeah, she's hot. Or like they'll say like someone else is hot. And I'm like, I don't think it's bad to be like, oh, they're an if like a conversation comes up about someone, if the guy's not just like bringing up like, oh yeah, she's so hot. But if like the girl was like, oh, do you think she's pretty? And be like, oh, she's attractive, but I'm not like, I mean, she's a good looking girl. I think there's ways to go about it. Like you have
I mean, saying
acknowledged,
attractive versus hot is definitely like.
But that's
to
what I'm
me,
saying.
Those are like two like different words. Kind of you could say they mean the same thing,
but it's
like,
just different.
I
And
mean,
I
like,
feel
oh yeah,
like,
she's attractive, or like, oh, she's hot. Like, it's
But
just
you've
like
never-
a different vibe.
you've never just been like, oh yeah, that girl's so hot, or made me feel like a girl was hotter than I was, or like better looking. But like if someone was talking about something like, let's say they were talking about a celebrity, be like, oh, she's attractive, or like, oh, she's good looking. It's like you can acknowledge someone else that someone else is pretty, or like, oh, she's a pretty. I feel like you've been like, oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
I mean,
okay.
I would kind of agree with. I think it's okay to find other people
Yeah.
attractive. I don't
Yeah.
think that's weird. Like,
I think it's if you're like,
I
oh,
think
this
it'd be
person's
crazy
hot,
for me to be like,
or I have a crush
I've
on
never
them. Like,
thought anybody else was attractive but you. Like,
no, because then that's like you're lying.
yeah, that's a lie.
Like because you can look at other people and be like, oh, they're an attractive person or they're good looking. Like I mean, you even done that to me. Like you've been like you're like, oh, do you think like he's a good looking guy, right? And like you're not meaning it in that way because obviously you're talking about a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, he's good looking. Like he's okay. Like but it's not like, oh my god, he's so hot. Like he's the hottest guy I've ever seen. Because then it's like almost like trying to like put you down. I feel like.
But you didn't. That was a great way of avoiding my question. But like,
I think you can say someone's attractive.
you at the table at lunch, all the girls. One margarita
Um,
in the system.
I feel like
Good
okay.
looking
I
guy looks walks by.
like what's he look like? Because I feel like I haven't seen like that where I'm like, oh,
Okay,
he's
so
so
let
hot.
me throw this scenario out there. Let's get a
Oh,
little crazy.
okay, let's get crazy.
Let's say you didn't find your soulmate, aka me, right? Like
Okay.
you said earlier, and you married a different guy, but you just now claim that I was the hottest guy you've ever seen. So I walk by. You're at
I'm
lunch with your girlfriend.
gonna say, holy shit, I'm in love. I gotta call my boyfriend and break up quick.
No, you were married in my situation.
Divorce. No, just kidding. No, I feel like one thing too, especially once you're married, and like I don't know, this might sound bad, but like I feel like sometimes like when we're together or like we're like hanging
Oh
out or something,
God.
and I'm like, holy shit, Josh is actually really good looking. Like not actually, but like when you're in love with someone, I feel like I don't even look at you as like when I first started dating you, I'm like, oh my God, he's so hot, he's so hot. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I
just love, I'm
agree.
like, you're
It's
Josh.
different.
Like you're not like, it's like you fall in love with what they look like, and then it's like it really doesn't matter, you
No,
know?
that's true.
Because
That's
it's
true.
like I'm so in love with you as a person, not what you look like, but that's just like an added bonus. I'm like, oh, he's really good looking too. But
Right.
it's not like I look at you all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm only with him because he's hot.
No, I usually notice like when me and KB go to the gym together, which obviously hasn't been since we had Sky.
Hmm.
Um, but like she'll go do her own workout and I'll be doing my own workout and I'll like see her from across the gym and I'm like, damn, that girl's hot. I'm like, oh, that's Katie.
You know what's funny is I've actually done that with you too. And I was like, and when I'll be like working out and like I'll think back to like my single self and I'm like, if I saw Josh walk in this gym like back in like 16, 2017, I would lose my shit. Like I would be like, I'm in love.
Stop.
I literally be like, that is the hottest guy I've ever seen at the
Stop.
gym.
Stop
Hey,
it.
it's true.
Stop it.
What, you can't take a compliment?
No. All right. Moving on. Another unpopular opinion.
A bitch.
Opinion? I'm like trying to read and like talk at the same
You
time.
really just can't read.
Unpopular opinion is relationships are based around what's seen on social media.
I think
Weird.
sometimes from other people's perspective, some people are like, I mean, I guess I don't know how to answer that.
I think it's like, oh, like it's got to be this way. Their life's so perfect. Like, oh, we fight once, our relationship sucks. Like maybe that kind of vibe. I
I
don't
think it's what
really
you take
know.
from I think you definitely could like
Or it's
fake
like,
it.
oh, it's like our 1 year we have to go on a trip or
I think you could fake a relationship
maybe.
on social media, but you could only fake it so much. Like if you're just posting pictures, like, but if you're posting all this, because
It's
I
not
mean,
about faking it, but it's like saying a relationship is based on like let's say like we do social media. So some
oh,
like younger girl maybe bases what a relationship should be like off of social media. Is what I'm saying. Does that make or not?
oh.
What I'm assuming they mean,
Honestly, though, I've seen a
but I
lot
don't
of
know.
comments who are like, oh, I want a relationship just like you and Josh. And I'm like, I love our relationship so much. So I'm like, yeah, that's a good. I'm like, yeah. Like, if I were to tell my younger self to look up to a relationship, it would be our relationship. And it's not because I'm like, oh, we're so perfect, but it's like we genuinely love and treat each other so good. And like, when girls are like, I want to find a guy like Josh, I'm not low key in my head like, oh, well, like, you don't know the truth about Josh. I'm like, yeah, you do. So like, but then there's some couples on social media where it comes out and it's like it's not what it seemed. So it's like there's some I don't know. I
Yeah, I
guess it
guess I don't
depends.
really know what they mean by that.
Because I feel like there could be some stuff that's not what it is on social media and
Yeah.
then stuff that is. So
Interesting take. I like it. Your spouse comes before everyone. I agree.
I
Obviously,
agree.
besides God, we already had this conversation. Most people aren't in love. They just don't know how to be alone.
I
Interesting.
agree.
Yeah, okay,
Not
most
most.
people aren't
Not
in love.
most. Some.
I see. I see. No, I would say there
I'd
like
say.
there's definitely relationships out there where in my head I'm like, I don't know if that really like I don't know if them together really makes sense. But obviously that's always the outside looking
Yeah, you
in
don't know
because
their
I don't really
relationship
know their
behind closed
relationship
doors. You don't know
or
how they
how they
treat each other.
met or their
Yeah.
story. But just like from the outside looking in and be like, oh, I wouldn't think they would be compatible.
Yeah.
But you never really
I
know.
guess you never really know because it's like also like who are we to judge other
But I
people's
will say just
relationships?
based off like Q&As we've done or like even obviously growing up and talking to people and my 28 years of experience, I would say that most people are like they always do want a relationship.
Yeah. I
You
think a
know, it's like
relationship,
because it almost seems like because they don't want to be alone.
well, I think to be alone is to be better
I
than
don't think being
a bad
alone is a
relationship.
bad thing. I think people always like it's always like you want what you don't have. So it's
Yeah.
like when you're in a
Whoa, whoa,
relationship.
whoa. Do you want to be alone?
No, but I'm thinking like just even like a dating thing. Like
Yeah, yeah.
people would always say like when you're in a relationship, you want to be single. When you're single, you want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Is usually what people used to say. I don't know if people still say that, but oh
Oh
my
my God,
god,
that
that
scared me.
scared the shit out of me.
Siri just went off just randomly on his
Oh my
iPad.
god,
Holy shit.
I jumped so hard.
Um,
My heart just left my body. Oh my god,
that
that's
was
a cool
scary.
fear.
I was like, wait, what is going on? Um, come back to us, Josh. You got this.
That might have been the closest I've ever been to having a heart attack.
Oh
I
my
don't even know
gosh.
why that scared me
What were
so
we even
much.
talking about?
I just lost my train of thought. Oh, people don't know how to be alone. That's why they're in relationships. I would say there's a lot of people that's probably true for.
Being alone is better than being in a bad relationship. And I
True.
think sometimes I said this in the last podcast, but if you're with someone and you're with the wrong person, you could be missing out on the right person because you don't want to be alone. And because like you're in a
100%.
relationship that's just kind of meh, it's like don't settle, I think.
No, I agree. And I think being alone is good.
I think it's really good.
You learn a lot about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, you don't always want to be alone.
And also I think being in a relationship is better than being alone, but only being in a healthy relationship. Sometimes that takes a lot of time.
True.
So,
Because how long were you alone before we started?
damn.
Quote, quote, like when I say alone, like I mean like not in a relationship.
like over
we
3
had
years.
friends, family, obviously.
It was
She
over.
was alone in a room by herself for 3 years. Just her and a
No,
camera.
it was a little over 3 years, and like there definitely was times where I was like I really wanted a boyfriend, but I wasn't like seeking it because I was like it's gonna come when it's meant to be, and I kind of just trusted that like I don't know, and it was hard. It doesn't mean it wasn't hard. There was definitely times where I was like, damn, am I gonna be like alone forever?
Yeah.
And I was just like my last relationship, and then I had like a little like semi relationship that wasn't really like full blown relationship, but we were talking for a long time. It was like a talking phase. And then that kind of backfired like in a very ugly way on me. And then I kind of just was like, I don't want to date anyone for now. And then like after like a year and a half went by, it was kind of like, oh, like I would really want a boyfriend. But I was like, I don't want to settle. And I was like, I don't want something toxic. I don't want someone to like hold me back because in my experience, it felt like people were holding me back from what I needed to do. And I felt like I was like, I would love a boyfriend, but I was like, I just don't think that guy's out there. So honestly, I spent that 3 years freaking praying for it. And then came along Joshy B.
Here we are.
Here we are.
This next question.
Oh gosh.
They're adding us. Or no, it's not a question. Unpopular opinion.
Okay.
But couples that post so much on social media together aren't as happy as they seem.
I mean, it's our job. So I guess like, are we that couple or do they mean like?
I think it's more so like because I feel like I've seen couples where it's like, oh, I gotta post my girlfriend. Or
Yeah.
she's gonna be mad at me. Like, I think that's probably more so what they're talking about. Like, obviously, like,
I think sometimes people can take social media the wrong way and think that everything is not saying that like everything's not true on social media, but just like forgetting that like there's also life behind the little second clip that you see on some people's lives. So it's like, okay, we fought like a month ago, right?
Sure.
Did we make a YouTube video on it? So who knows that? But I feel like we also do talk about our fights all the time. That we do have. So it's like I feel like we're pretty transparent online, but there's lots of people who aren't going to say what their fight, like we don't say like what every single fight's about or everything that we like go through.
Well, obviously, we don't put everything we do on social media.
But that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes people forget that social media is also like a little bit of a highlight reel.
True, but I guess I think they're saying like more so as a couple in a whole. Like I feel like I personally could attest to like some relationships where like they post like they're so like if you just looked at them on social media, you'd think they're the
Yeah, if you don't know the
couple ever.
backstory, there's lots of couples
And
like
I'm not
that.
saying like literally what you just said, like we'll fight, but like obviously our
But
posts on social
one
media look
thing-
happy, but we are a very happy couple.
One
Like, we're
thing-
very happy. Everybody fights here and there, but like I'm like I know these people, and I'm like they're not happy.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
agree.
they post like they're happy, and they're not happy all the time.
One thing I will say is we are very, it's, I wouldn't even say we're good at, but like we just, I don't know if it's like we just can't do it. Like if we're fighting, we will not film. We cannot film.
Well, yeah, why would I? Like, we do this for fun. Like, I don't want to sit here and
but there's
film
lots of
something.
people who like have came out as like YouTube couples, or it's like they've gotten like a divorce or broken up, and they're like, yeah, we were fighting that whole time, like it wasn't real. I'm like, we have never, I don't think ever picked up a camera, and like we've been like, okay, we're gonna film this video today, and then like picked up, like I'm like, well, we're not filming today. And even if we're not like 100% like good, even if it's not a serious fight, like even if it's like a little bicker, and we're like, we can't work, which is like a good thing. We don't fight too often because like we work together. So it's like,
True.
because like think about it, in
We
a
wouldn't work
normal
together very
in
often.
a normal job, if we got in
But-
a fight, you'd go to your job and you go to work. It's like we have to fix it because we're
I
like,
want to throw the disclaimer out there because I
What?
feel like people would read into that too much.
what?
We just because we don't post on YouTube as often.
Oh, we're not
does
fighting.
Not mean we're
No,
fighting.
no.
We just don't post on YouTube as much as we used to. So just
No.
gotta throw the disclaimer out there.
One, it's like it's
We
a,
used to post every day on YouTube. and
We
now
also-
we post like once a week.
but we also didn't used to like post on TikTok nearly as much, and the TikToks
We
were
also
a
didn't
lot
have
less.
a kid, owned a couple different businesses.
Yeah.
Like now we do a podcast. Now we do
I feel like we
TikTok,
spend
now
a
do
lot of
Instagram
time on like
Reels.
JD Fit and TikTok, and like TikToks used to be, we used to be able to post on TikTok, but let me tell you, a little silly like lip sync TikTok took like 10 seconds versus now it's like we vlog on TikTok. So we show our lives. We kind of just like switched more over to,
It's just different.
yeah, it's like a different, because it's like
Different
there's long
times.
term or there's long form content on YouTube, and then it's like we do a lot of short
We
form
really
too.
just we've been having fun filming TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
so we've been doing that more. But I just had to throw that disclaimer out there because I feel like someone
Yeah,
would have
true,
been
true,
like,
true.
"I knew
I
something
knew
was
it.
up."
Okay,
They only
people used to do that all the time though. Like when we'd upload, like I think when we would upload almost every day.
Yeah, if
And then
we
people would be like,
didn't
"You guys
post
are
one
fighting.
day,
What's
it's like,
up?"
Oh, like they're gonna break up. I'm like, bro, our relationship is not that. Toxic.
I was like, we cannot read so
there
much.
probably
into.
are toxic people out there that post like that. Like
No,
that is not us.
no. And if we don't post, that doesn't mean that we're fighting or anything. There's sometimes like, I
Now,
don't
if you
know.
didn't see us post for like a couple months, like on any
Maybe.
platforms,
Without saying anything,
it'd probably be a little
like
weird.
yeah,
That'd
you
be a
can
little
jump to the
different.
conclusion,
Yeah.
but
But I mean, we'll not post like an Instagram story a day, and I'll have like
be like, what's
5
wrong?
to 20 like tagged stories where it's like, "Are you guys gonna post? What's wrong with you guys? Like, are you guys fighting?" Like,
I was like,
no.
no.
we're
We
just
Though
not on
people
Instagram
people
stories
used to
today.
do that when you'd like go golfing, and I'm like, no, it's okay if he goes
It's
golfing
like,
by
why
himself.
didn't Katie go golfing with
Like,
you?
I
I'm
have a
like,
baby.
because yeah, or even before that, but because I just went the guys with
Be
the
like, because
guys.
he's hanging out with his friends, and like I
Katie's
didn't
taking
want to.
a running class with the girls tonight. I'm not
Yeah.
going.
That's
Like,
because you're not invited. No, I'm just kidding. I
I
actually
actually
did.
didn't get the invite. This
No,
time.
I did. I
Oh,
was like,
didn't.
no, I wanted you to do. I was like, oh, we can all do a cycle class with all our friends because all of my girlfriends will all do like different like workout classes, and I was like,
You're
oh,
telling
Josh.
me
No,
I'm
I know.
gonna get a babysitter
No.
to ride on a stationary bike.
No, this was like a little moment I had. I was like, I literally go, I was like, oh my gosh, Josh, like you should take this class with me. Well, let's take this class together. And then he was like, he looked at me and I was like, oh wait, just kidding. We have a baby. It's like, and I didn't forget about Sky. I was just thinking, I was like, oh yeah, you could do it with me. And then I was
True.
like, hey, I'm not getting a babysitter just to do like a quick hour class.
Absolutely.
I mean, we could, but like, I'd rather get a babysitter to do something else.
Me personally, yeah, it's not my thing.
Oh, you love
If you
it.
wanted to go take, if like we're gonna take a boxing class, like
Mm-hmm.
if you like maybe Rumble, like I'd be about that.
What I would rather do
That'd be
instead of
different.
taking a class is that if we went like mountain biking or something.
Yeah, that'd be more fun. Or just to go play tennis.
Yeah. Which honestly, she's pretty good. We'll bring her to play tennis.
Yeah, we'll bring her, but I just like
Just different.
more so like peace of mind, I guess.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that is all the unpopular opinions that we have.
I'm sure there's plenty more.
Comment some down below if you guys have any or have heard any unpopular opinions because I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Bye,
Peace.
guys.